There, well, as I mentioned earlier, there is misery all around here. Georgie Glover has also been speaking with some heartbroken residents, including a man who has already come to symbolise the spirit and the courage of the people in these blackened hills.
Winmalee has been devoured. Without warning and seemingly at random, houses and streets ravaged by fire. Like so many of their neighbours, the Byrne family has lost everything.
40-odd years of life, photos.
All her stuff, her school stuff, her photos as a baby. Just everything. The things that can't be replaced. I call furniture and that's fine, but...
11-year-old Jazz, so proud of her room, full of trophies and photos of her friends, now gone.
It was upstairs, so there's no floor, and the mattress is on the ground downstairs, like shriveled up.
Adam lives next door, caring for his mother. Yesterday, we watched in disbelief as he dashed inside his burning home to save whatever he could.
Time to go. Forget it, bro. It's time to leave. Yeah.
He returned today knowing there'd be nothing left, but grateful he survived the ordeal.
The smoke was so intense and it was so dark, I couldn't see anything. It was just absolute pitch black and impossible to breathe. So I took one breath accidentally inside and I sort of choked a bit.
Peter Moore spent 19 years building this home. It was an oasis for him and his family.
There was a balcony over there in the corner and it was just beautiful sitting out there in the afternoon after work.
Homes and possessions have been burned to the ground, but among the ashes, community spirit is being built.
The neighbour's just gone down the street at the moment. Her house survived and she's collecting clothes for one of my sons and daughters so that they've got clothes to wear for the next few weeks.
Georgie Glover, 10 Eyewitness News.
Well, most of the damage here was in fact done last night, and Ellie Southwood was in the thick of it. She joins us now. Ellie, it must have been something to see.
Well, Sandra, it was really awful to see. Every street we turned down last night, there were homes burnt to the ground and homes that were still burning because firefighters just had to leave them because there were bigger, more important jobs to get to. There were homes to save. They just had to leave the homes that couldn't be saved. And as we drove down the streets last night, we came across homes that appeared to have escaped the main blaze, but were starting to smoke and then eventually caught alight. We think because of an ember that had just been smouldering away for hours. As we told you last night in the late news, conditions did ease overnight. The temperature dropped right off and the winds eased. And as a result, the warning alert level was downgraded today. But again, that situation soon changed again and the emergency warning level alert was reactivated, and because of the blaze that has re-erupted in Springwood. And as we go to air tonight, that situation remains. We can still see smoke plumes coming over the ridge. We can still hear helicopters water bombing that fire. We know that students at Springwood High were evacuated today to Falconbridge Public, and last night we were at St Columbus as that was being evacuated. Well, thankfully they weren't at school today because that school now could come under ember attack later this evening. Right now where I am in Winmalee, we have a large number of people coming and going up and down this street, picking up what they can from the rubble. And I just spoke to one woman who was about to get some clothes from her house that is still standing. She's staying with friends on the other side of Springwood, knowing very well that their house might come under threat in a couple of days. So that's just what it's like up here in the mountains right now, Sandra.
Thank you, Ellie Southwood there. Well, the devastation has continued in Mount Victoria, just outside Lithgow. An entire street has been torn apart by another relentless blaze. Residents who packed up and cleared out to escape the fire have returned home to find that it's all gone. Natasha Squarey has their story.
A new day and more devastation.
It was one I'll certainly never forget.
Mount Victoria residents returning to face Mother Nature's cruelty, greeted by scorched shells and flattened dreams. Alan Kessing tried to fight the blaze, but had to run before it turned deadly.
I just had to stand there and watch the house go.
and it was unbelievable. I only finished it a week before Christmas. Brand new house with my entire life savings.
Today, St George's Parade is a charred mess. Upwards of 10 homes burnt to the ground.
It's just so awful that their houses have gone.
Margaret Goff's home is still standing, but many of her neighbours are now homeless.
Devastating that there's just absolutely nothing left inside. We thought we might find a little miracle, one room that might have miraculously done something, but we've just had so many nice times in that house.
This is just one stark and tragic example of the devastation that has engulfed this small-knit Blue Mountains community. Homes and belongings destroyed, lives ruined. And there will be little relief over the weekend, with strong winds continuing to fan uncontained blazes.
It was a difficult 24 hours. The bad news is that it continues with alerts on many of the fires that are still underway, with continued threats to property.
Michael Reeson helped his daughter's family from this 4-bedroom home just minutes before the fire engulfed the entire area. Michael, looking at this, how does it feel?
Well, it's devastating, because it came up the gully that quick. No one sort of had much of a chance to do anything.
It's just, it was just awful.
Residents of this Blue Mountain street knew they were in for a fight. They tried to stay, but regular hazard reduction was never going to be enough. This blaze, which originally started at Lithgow, has so far ripped through 24,000 hectares and is still burning. Natasha Squarey, 10 Eyewitness News.